You've spoken about how you started out by working on a documentary about the Dabbawalas, which sort of gave rise to the story. But it's really not about the Dabbawalas themselves, right? It is about the people that the Dabbas are taken to. So during the research, did you come across any such characters that sort of, kicked off the idea in your head?
Yeah, I became friends with those Dabbawalas when I was hanging out with them for the documentary. And they told me these germs of stories like this housewife बहुत टाइम लगाती है रोज कुछ नया ट्राई करती हैं इस घर में तो सास की चलती है so I started with those germs of stories and then it just became about all these different Bombays and the Bombay of the Dabbawalas also.
You also got Bharti Achrekar to dub for the neighbor, right? Guys, Bharti Achrekar from Wagle Ki Duniya. I think she really is the unseen hero of the film. I mean, we didn't really know much
She
about
didn't
her.
dub. She was with us on set.
But you never showed her.
No. She was sitting next to the monitor interacting with Nimrat. So yeah, she was with us on set every day.
And how was that? I'm sorry. Who came up with the idea of getting Bharti Achrekar to?
I remembered her from Wagle Ki Duniya, and it's such a distinctive voice. You remember that. Her voice and her husband's voice in Wagle Ki Duniya. Yeah, he used to say Radhika, and then she used to respond. So that was always in my head. So she was just always a natural choice, and then tracked her down, and she agreed, and then she wanted to be on set with us, and it was lovely.
Sorry, Namrat, you were saying about your interaction with
I
her.
was just saying, thank God she was on set. She was such a lovely person to have around. What a great energy. She got us donuts also. Yeah, she's really lovely.
Now, Irfan, you've been very choosy about the Hindi films you've done lately, right? Because you also have to balance it out with the international projects you have on hand. So what made you say yes to Lunchbox?
I asked Ritesh whether if he'll give me a line in English, then I'll do the film. So he translated all my lines into English. It's just an instinct. I should like the script. I want to, because it's a lot of time when you are involved with the film. It's not just a shooting time. It's also preparation, and also you're living with the film after the film is done or completed, and how it's interacting with the audience. So you want to be with a partner with whom you have a good time. So that's what I look when I look for the script, that am I going to have a good time or not, and when I read the script, instantly I knew that I want to be part of this film. And
I believe you said somewhere in an interview that the fact that the character spoke so little appealed to you. Is that true?
I never realized that. Once the film is done, now when people talk about this, then I'm realizing, okay, yeah, I have to, I'm not speaking so much in the film. But initially, I never realized that.
You've gone to Cannes 2 years in a row now. Peddlers went last year and Lunchbox now. I'm guessing people there have started recognizing you now. Have French producers offered you roles in their films yet?
No, but I was being told to buy a yacht by some people.
Just stay there
So
the
I could
other
just
11 months of the year.
No, but yeah, the artistic director of the Critics Week, Charles Tesson, he was very happy that I was back, and he recognized me from the film Peddlers, which I went with the year before. So it feels great. It's been quite good fun.
So how was your Cannes experience? This is the first time you were taking a film there yourself, right?
Yeah, first time I was there as well. It was very overwhelming for all of us, actually. It was so much love for the film. We saw it together before I went to do sound. So we liked it, and then we had a sense that people were going to like it, but we didn't expect so much love. So after the first two screenings, I think we really started to, sort of explode. The reviews came out that night, and it was just very, very surreal.
Irfan, your first film that broke out onto the international scene was way back in 2001, The Warrior, if I'm not wrong. And since then, in the last 12 years that you've visited so many various international festivals, do you see a change in the way films, the way audiences perceive Indian films or receive Indian films?
I think this film is very, very important in that respect, because this is a truly Indian film, with Indian director. Like earlier film, there was a confusion whether Slumdog Millionaire is an Indian film or it's a Hollywood film. Somebody was saying it's a Hollywood film, and Shekhar Kapoor said no, it's an Indian film. And I thought, the director is English British. How can it be Indian film? But you were. It was consoling that there was Indian talent was used in the film. So Life of Pi again. But this film is, it's an Indian film, and because it's a great model to incorporate talent from different countries and make it a kind, find a kind of universal language. And the way this film has, suddenly leaped from here to everywhere. The way it's connected to all the audience, universal audience, that will become an example. I hope and I pray and I believe that.
Ritesh, the film's being raved about by the international press. I mean, apart from the fact that you've made it and you think it's awesome, why do you think? Why do you think a film like Lunchbox is, from the Indian perspective, making such a big impact on global audiences? Is it something that other filmmakers before maybe didn't get something right, or I mean, what about it do you think works?
I think when something doesn't work, it's easy to say why it doesn't work. Because you can say,
Yes, but we really don't have a history of much working, right? I mean, this is.
No, but when something works, it's impossible to understand why it works. But I have a theory.
We'd like to hear that.
Great, great. Hold your breath. I think, I spoke to a lot of people because Cannes was very overwhelming. But then when I was at Telluride, that really became too much. And because Telluride is a very democratic festival, and they don't announce what films they're selecting, so you just know you are in Telluride. So you show up, and then on the first day of the festival, you learn what the other 23 films are, and they don't even have a proper schedule. They have all these TBA slots, empty slots, and they fill it up on demand. So I didn't get to see too many films in Telluride because they kept filling up every empty slot with Lunchbox. So I kept on introducing Lunchbox, and they screened it like 7 times. So then I started asking people, because you also have to queue up. Even if you have a film there, you still have to stand in line. So in those lines, I would talk to people, because I would be like, and people would be talking about Lunchbox everywhere, and I would be like, I'm the director, and I would like to do this again. So please tell me what you like about it. So I think the reason it's connecting and it's sort of has its legs now is because it's very, very local and very, very specific to India and to Bombay, and we were very honest with the details. And that's the only compliment I will pay us, is that we were very, very honest with every detail. About what kind of furniture there would be in Sajan's house, how Nimrit and I spoke about how she would say husband, and that's a detail that she got to the film, and it's very honest. And if you make something really, really specific and honest and detailed, then in all that effort, you manage to uncover something universal. And I think that's what's happened. That's my theory.